I'm here at Loudon Township at the Zoning Board Commission meeting. That was a public hearing. The second one that's been within 30 days. Full house, lots of residents had questions regarding nuisance complaints, the landfill, wind turbines, solar fields. All of those questions were somewhat addressed and helped give the residents here at this meeting some more insight into the questions that they had. Also, the board approved it, so the next step is to go to the regional planning meeting in 2 weeks, and then the trustees. Once it reaches the trustees, if they approve it, it will then go hopefully onto this year's November ballot here in Seneca County. So if you're a resident in Loudon Township, you will be possibly voting on a resolution for a zoning commission. After the meeting, I spoke to Bill McAllister, who's the board chair, and here's what he had to say regarding the upcoming proposal for zoning here in November. All right, Bill, Township zoning meeting tonight, commission voted to approve the maps and the zoning regulations. What's next in this process?
The next step in this is that the proposed code and maps will go before the Seneca Regional Planning Commission on June the 5th. And their board will vote on it, yay or nay. If they approve it, then it will come back to the township trustees here in Loudon Township. The Loudon Township trustees will have another public meeting like tonight's meeting, approximately sometime around the middle of July. And they will have the final say whether this goes on the ballot. And so the township trustees will decide, and they have to file the paperwork with the Board of Elections to get it on the ballot. It's really out of the Zoning Commission's hands now.
And some of the questions that were spoke tonight was about the landfill. Upon passing this zoning commission and everything happening, what does it mean for the landfill, for the residents in the area having those kind of questions?
Well, what it means is that the local residents have more of a say in the entire township, not just the landfill. But the local township or residents have more of a say in, because they have to approve this code, and the adjoining property around it that's zoned maybe differently than what the landfill is zoned. And so any variances from that would have to be, you'd have to create a board of appeals, and there's a lot to it. So they're just more local control over how our land is used.
And it's not just for the landfill controlling, like the attorney here tonight spoke about the controlling of a future project regarding possibility of industrial wind turbines or solar farms, because as we know, Loudon Township does not currently have a zoning commission, so anybody can build. It's free game for everybody. But by approving this, you could have some local control, because that's what the people want, is some control over those big industrial projects here in Loudon Township. That's
it exactly. It's all about local control. And we haven't had that. And interesting enough, they tried to pass a zoning code in Loudon Township in 1991, and it didn't pass. And so it's been that long since it's been tried again. And so, but that's exactly it. It's trying to keep what you may call undesirables out of the township. But this is a comprehensive zoning code. By that I mean it's about agriculture, recreational, residential, commercial. It's all of those things, and it's the entire township. So we don't want to focus on the landfill. That's one part of it. It's about the entire township.
Right. Again, like you said earlier in the meeting, and several people spoke, what you make a decision that you make for this commission goes for the whole entire township, not just the landfill or certain areas of the township. It goes for everyone, so that way everyone is fairly zoned and has all the same rules.
That's exactly right. And I think somebody made a point here towards the end that because there is no zoning currently, and there hasn't ever been, it doesn't prevent anybody from doing anything they want to do or any business coming in. And as the country grows, the population grows, industry grows, there's going to be more and more demand for unzoned property. And so we just want to have our local control and our local say in what comes here.
And give some history of this zoning commission. This has been going on for some time. You've had several public meetings. Like you said, the first meeting you had about 30 days ago, you had the people came here, spoke. You did make amendments to try to adhere to some of those problems that they had. And then now, again, tonight, and then you voted yes. So there has been some public input, and this has been a very lengthy process for everybody involved in this process.
It's been a year. The township trustees formed our zoning commission in May of last year. We've had over 30 meetings. Every one of those meetings has been public. And we've had residents come to some of those meetings, nothing like this. But the process is all laid out in the Ohio Revised Code. You have to have public meetings, you have to give a notice, you have to publicize the documents. In tonight's meeting, the only reason we had tonight's meeting is because of the changes that were made from the April 22nd meeting. We're only required to have one of these, but if you make changes from one meeting to the next,
You have to have another one.
you have to have another one. And that's what tonight's meeting was, the second one. Now the trustees will have their public meeting sometime in the middle of July. So it is all laid out by Ohio Revised Code.
And again, your commission and everybody involved has been working very, very hard on this. And the end result is hoping that the voters approve it in November.
That's correct. It all comes down to the voters, and that's the way it should be. You know, it should come down to the voters, the people that live here, to vote on it up or down. And so that will happen if these next couple steps get approved and we get through those. Then the township trustees decide to put it on the ballot, then it will be on the November ballot.
But if you want to read the entire proposal, I will have the website linked here in the video, which is on the Loudon Township Trustees website. So if you are curious at this point what's on that resolution or what could be you be voting on in November, please check out the Loudon Township Trustees webpage, where that full resolution that they voted on tonight is in a PDF document on their website. Reporting from Loudon Township, Zach, I'm out.